What's going down, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Soul Effect, Ashanti from the RB Talk Show. The guest right here, he's a musical director, for a lot of your favorite artists like Ashanti, GUI, Elder Barge, Beth, and also the Millennium Tour, which was a winner for Billboard's Best Tour. He did production with Charlie Wilson, Destiny's Child, 112, Monica, Mario, the list goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Devine. Welcome to the RB Talk Show, brother.
What's up, bro? Thanks for having me, man.
No problem. I want to also, point out you got a book, what I'm saying, that you was talking about your diabetes or something like that, if I'm correct.
It's an app.
It's an app, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to, so before you go to your history, I want to talk about that first. Explain about your history, what led to, that.
Well, a couple of years ago, I was dealing with some sugar issues. I didn't know it was sugar. I blamed it on getting old, poor circulation, and my feet burning, irritated. Vision is a little blurry. And I just kept drinking teas and lemonade, and because the sugar made me want to have more sugar.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I got to do something. So I started looking up because I kept hearing glycemic index, but I didn't know what that meant. So I kept looking it up, and I realized what it was, how food affects your glycemic index, how it raises your blood sugar, how quickly, how quickly it digests in your system and turn into blood sugar. And a lot of people think that it's just sweets, but it's potatoes, it's rice, it's bread, it's everything. So when I learned that, I'm like, man, this is important. So I just created an app that, just like this water, if this was a drink, I could scan this barcode and it'll tell me whether it's high, medium, or low on the glycemic index, and it lets me know whether to eat. If it's high, it'll give me another alternative, a better alternative for me to eat. So very important app, man.
Yeah, I think it's very important though, because I said, like, man, let me touch on that, because I was a 5.5 a year ago, and my doctor was like,
wow.
Mr. Johnson, you lose some weight, is to get right, man. That woke me all the way up, and I got down from 5.5 to like a 4.7. And I was like, man, I'm gonna do everything I can, man, at least try to lower it down, because when I was in a relationship at the time, with this, with my ex, and me her would go to like out to eat every week, nonstop, you cook it and this and that, and at being in the 40s, man, it catches up with you. When you're younger, you can get away with to a certain extent, but after a while, man, it's like, man,
but I be telling my daughter, she young, but I be telling her, I say, don't wait till you get my age and start dealing with what I dealt with to do right. I said, I'm trying to tell you, and I said, I know it don't sound good coming from your father to tell you don't eat that and don't do this because you're young and you think you want to, but I'm trying to save you from running into the same brick wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. Because they hit me. I said, man, let me talk about that first, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're the first one I know is out of like 490 people in the interview that actually talked about health and everything,
Wow.
Everybody's like strict music. But go ahead.
There is no music without the health. That's how I look at it. Like, you know what I mean? You can have the biggest record in the world, but if you're in the hospital getting your kidneys taken out when the record come out, how much does that mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I see some artists, man, they make videos, they be smoking a cigarette, they'll smoke like some marijuana, and I'm like, man, you guys, man, y'all really, y'all just destroy your vocal cords and everything, man.
Yeah. Everything is fun until it ain't, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, absolutely.
I just refuse to let something I could control be the death of me, like food or, and don't get it twisted. I like same stuff that everybody else do. But I like me more than I like that stuff. That's the only difference, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It takes a lot of discipline in the mind, because especially, you're born and raised, you eat stuff, then you get older, you carry on with the same stuff you liked it all your life. And you be like, man, something's got to stop, man. It'll stop me before I stop it.
and I learned a long time too, bro, that people always say, oh, diabetes run in my family or cancer run in my family. And I learned a long time ago that's one of the biggest lies that's been told to us about the medical world. That's not true. What runs in your family is the diet. You eat the same food that the people before you ate. They're sick and obese and all of that. It ain't, diabetes don't run in your family. I guarantee you, if you ate a healthy life, you'll be the one that's break it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Somebody gotta break that cycle, man.
Mm-hmm. So,
That's the real truth.
but I appreciate you even talking about it though, bro.
Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, because I know some artists I interview, man, they kind of like, they be sensitive. I want to talk about that. I'm like, it might be somebody out there young. It might be inspired, but like, oh man, I know they're going through this. And I could help it to feel comfortable talk about my situation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's straight up and stuff. Now, born and raised in Detroit, big shout out to Detroit. I got a gang of fame members on my mama's side, living in Detroit and stuff. What was it like growing up in Detroit? Who was your musical influences at that time as a kid?
Man, I mean, of course, the gospel families of the city, the Winans, Commission, the Clark sisters, all the regular ones. But what's funny, my mother and my father was my influences. I got a chance to go around and watch them sing when I was young. That's what made me really want to do the music thing.
Yeah, man. Because every time I come to Detroit, I used to see like certain people that were trying to form a group, either it was gospel, R&B, or hip hop. Man, I watch people down the street. Everybody's rapping or spinning or singing. I'd be like, man, it's like, it feel like a musical theater, man. I would see doing like this in my hometown at all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh man. So when you start getting older, when you start discovering like, man, I want to be an artist. Was it like in high school?
No, because I didn't want to be an artist in high school. I wanted to be a basketball player. Like I thought I was going to play basketball. The artist thing literally came out of just working with so many people. It was like, of course, I knew I could sing. I just never wanted to wear that thing as an artist. And it was like, what's funny, Dave Hollister was the reason I recorded my first project.
Wow.
He called me and was like, because he'd tell everybody I'm his favorite singer. But he called me one day and was like, what you doing? I'm like, nothing. He said, hey, it's time for you to do a record. I'm like, huh? He said, it's time for you to do a record. And that was, and I told him, I said, I'm going to start on Thanksgiving break. And that Thanksgiving, I started recording my first project, man.
Oh man, big shout out to Dave Hollister, man. One of the greatest R&B voices, man, to step in the lane, man. I mean, go all the way back to he was in a Voice Network, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The early days, and stuff. If you was able to continue basketball and stuff, what NBA team could you see yourself, playing for?
Who would I want to play for?
Yeah.
At what time? At what point?
Man, I say like fresh out of college. Let me
fresh
see.
Out of college.
Yeah.
That's a tough one, bro. Because and let me tell you why. Of course, Michael Jordan. Everybody want to be a part of that legacy, right? But you got to have the right frame of mind to play with Michael Jordan. Like everybody can't play with Michael Jordan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
But by being from Detroit, I'm part of the city that Michael Jordan hates because they gave him such a hard time. They used to beat his tail. So
yeah,
I would want to play with the Bad Boys Pistons. I would have loved to have been a part of that situation.
Oh yeah, man. Play with the Zeke, man, and bumping elbows, Bill Beard all there, man.
Yeah, because Isaiah is my all-time favorite guard. I don't care who come in the league and how dope they are. He's my all-time favorite guard.
Oh yeah, man. I had a conversation about him. I said, man, if he was in his prime, I would love to see him go, head to head with Stephen Curry, man. He would give Steph some problems, man.
People don't even understand. I said that before, bro. People don't even understand, man.
Yeah, forget about those threes, man. Like we can talk about it all day, but we talk about
playing
defense.
ball. and every part of the court. Now I ain't talking about just running up, shooting a jumper. I'm talking about Zeke gonna go to the hole on you. He don't care. Like I watched that man play with a broke foot, bro.
Man, ain't no but guy, man. I tell you, man.
Incredible, man.
Good stuff. Now, how did a whole musical director inspire you to want to do that, as far as like coming up in the business?
Well, the music director thing kind of fell in my lap. It started with plays first. I was called to go on tour with this play called Why Good Girls Like Bad Boys, and I was just going to play keys. I wasn't even really that good on keys at the time. Bass was my main instrument, but they had a bass player. And they was like, man, we really want you to go on this tour. So I went out, I'm playing notes here and there. I learned how to really play keys by being on the tour. And we went out, our first city was Atlanta. And the music director, which is my friend, he dead now. He was like, I need more money. This is just after the first week. I need some more money. Y'all got to give me a raise. And they were like, we're not giving you no raise. Such. So he said, I quit. He quit. And the lady who wrote the show called me crying. And was like, Marcus, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I told her, calm down. I got you. Don't worry, bro. I didn't know what in the world I was doing, right? As far as, now, I've never been no music director before. But I've never been scared to what a point, like, I'm going to run from it. Mm-hmm. I locked in, and the lady, she beat me up that first, them weeks in rehearsal, bro. When I tell you, I had to, you ever heard of Boone's Farm wine?
Yeah, I heard that before, yeah.
I literally would get a bottle of Boone's Farm and sit in the hot tub every night in Dallas after rehearsal because she would stress me out so bad in rehearsal.
That's bad,
but when that show went up, she had to come and apologize. Like, I'm sorry. You did an incredible job. And from that point on, it just took off. And then it just went crazy from there.
Wow. You work a lot of heavy hitters. I know I mentioned that at the beginning of it was Ashanti, DOI, Elder Barge, Beth, and then also be awarded, for the Millennium Tour, winner of Best Billboard Tour. I'm going to start off with Ashanti. What was it like working with the R&B queen?
She dope. Like, it was cool. What's funny, the first time I worked with her, she didn't know me. They brought her on a tour. And at this time, I had my beard. So I guess I look about 15 years older than I look now. Yeah. She literally was like, okay, I don't want my music. This before we play any notes. I don't want my music sounding old. I said, what?
Wow.
She said, I don't want my music sounding old. I said, oh, no, you ain't got to worry about that. But my wife loved my beard. Bro, I went to that hotel room and shaved that thing off.
Man, it's a lot of work it made us, man. I can relate to that. That's why I keep a goatee like this and call it a day, man.
Bro, I said, I'm taking all the age off my face. I would have cut my beard off. I said, oh, no, yeah. But from that point on, she didn't want me to do nothing else without me. So that's been a minute, though. That's been a while.
Wow. Yeah, big shout out to Ashanti. The next one is Genuine. What's it like working with him?
Well, I still work with Genuine.
Are you still doing? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I still work with Ashanti right now. Whenever she uses a band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like right now, I'm with about, I don't know how many people. What's funny, this interview, I can't stay as long as I want to because I'm literally about to go downstairs and do a show in my hotel in the bar room downstairs. I'm with Q Parker from 112 tonight.
Oh yeah, big shout out to the brother, man. Yeah, I just interviewed him. This past January? Real down to earth brother and everything.
Oh man, that's my heart. That was my best man at my wedding, man. That's my brother.
Yeah, so, big shouts to him. But far as let's speed it up to the first single because I want to keep you late. So you do a single called "The Greatest Show on Earth." Saying that's highly anticipated. The song called "Love of My Life" feature R&B heavyweight Selena Johnson, Q Park, and Lavelle. Big shout out to Lavelle. I just interviewed him 2 nights ago and stuff.
That's my brother.
Man, what was it like putting this project together with them?
Actually, it was fun. I actually went to Selena's house because when I called her, I was like, "Yo, I want you to do this song with your brother." And she was like, "All right, but you got to come to my house and record it." And I was like, "You was gonna be big sis." I was like, but it worked out for me because Q Parker on the record too, and so I was able to record both of them the same night at her studio where I didn't have to figure out. So it worked out for me. But my publicist Ron, that's one of his favorite songs. The song I did with Selena, it's called "Keep on Loving." So the project, man, it was crazy. And Lavelle, he came through in the clutch for me. The song that he did on there, I sent it to him. He sent it back, blew me away. The project is gonna be great.
I can't wait to hear it though. It's gonna be some video visuals coming behind it.
Oh, definitely. Now I'm gonna do my best this time because I'll be so busy, bro. Like I said I'm gonna do my best this time to make sure I put a visual with everything. I'm gonna at least try to.
Yeah, you got people coming, you got people knocking at your door like, yo, man, come on, you can put some videos out, man. Like we need that, man. This song is too damn hot, man.
Right. I'm gonna give you, be like, hey, bro, call me. Remind me to keep shooting these visuals.
You got it. Because fans be looking forward to it, man, like the whole masterpiece, man. So I can only imagine, man, just doing that. Man, just want to say congratulations, man, on this upcoming project, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, bro. Thanks,
Big
man.
shout out to your crew, man. Put together a great, masterpiece and everything and stuff. And man, big shouts to Ryan, man, for hooking this interview up, man.
That's my guy. I always say, man, everybody needs a Ryan, bro. When I tell you he comes through. And what time is it? What time is it?
It's 7:16.
No, we cool for a minute.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I was like, let me try at least knocking out at least at 7:30 on the dot. Oh, okay.
No, you cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, big shout out to Ryan, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, hardworking brother and stuff.
Oh, man, I love him, bro.
Yeah. Now, on the production side, writer side, you work with Charlie Wilson, Destiny's Child, 112, Monica, Mario, Kelly Price, so many people. I'm going to start off with Charlie Wilson. What was it like to work with the veteran himself?
Well, we recorded, but I did more touring with Charlie. I toured with Charlie for a few years. We started on a play. The first time not the first time we ever met, but the first time we ever worked together, it was on a play that he did with me. And I ended up putting his band together when he was still with Gap Band from the play. Yeah. And after that, we grew real close. And just one day, he was like, "Hey, you want to go on the road with me?" He just asked me. And at that time, I was busy. It was funny. I told him, "Yeah, I'll go, but let me call you and make sure." Like I was like, "Yeah, I'll go." I said, "I got something to do first." That's what it was. I was like, "I got something I need to do first, then I could go." I had another obligation that I had to fulfill as far as music. I think I had to produce a song or somebody. Yeah. And after that, I ended up going on tour with him. But every time I tell somebody, they be like, "Hold on, how you just tell Charlie Wilson to wait a minute?" I'm like, "Hey, bro." But he understood though. Like he gave me a lot of wisdom in this business. Just what things to look out for, because he's been through so much in this business.
Yeah, man, he definitely has, man. I'm surprised there's no biopic or something on his story, man. I mean, that brother been through the ringer, man.
Man, it need to be.
Yeah, stuff, and he definitely, he's one of those top legends, man. Deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. For whatever reason, he's not nominated. I never understood though. You know what I'm saying? And everything. Destiny's Child. So what was it like working with them when they was younger then?
Well, that situation happened. It wasn't really a direct situation. I was just solicited to get some songs. Somebody reached out for some songs. And it was a collaborative effort where, well, not the song, but they sent like 20 songs to Destiny's Child. 18 of theirs and 2 of mine.
Oh, wow.
But Beyonce only wrote to my 2 off the whole CD. And they ended up cutting it. And that's how it ended up happening.
Man, my guy right there, man. So that's a blessing and stuff.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy.
The next one, 112. And of course, you formed a business relationship with Q Parker. So how did that form a relationship working with the fellas, at that time?
Actually great. I did 4 on their last project.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, them my brothers, all of them.
Yeah, big shout out to 112.
Even though they don't get along no more, when I see 56 over here, we cool. And when I see the other 56, we cool.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Big shout out to the brothers, man. Monica. What's it like working with the other legend herself?
Now that's one of my favorite people in the business. We clicked instantly. Her manager at the time, I wasn't really feeling her because I was covering for somebody else when I went to go play for her. And when I walked in, she was like, "Where's such and such and such?" I don't want to say their name. "Where's such and such and such?" I want such and such. I was like, oh, I had just walked in the building. I flew to LA. I just walked in. And she was like, I want such and such. I said, oh, you can have them. Can somebody call a car back to pick me up and take me back to the airport? And Monica was like, come on, baby. And we walked out, got something to eat. And that's how we ended up getting cool. I had a ball working with her. I was literally Monica and Mario's MD at the same time.
Oh wow.
Because that's when Mario first came out. So him and Monica was doing a lot of shows together when she was over on J Records.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like she's a real down to earth person, you know what I'm saying, by viewing and everything.
Every time I see her, it ain't nothing but love. Every time.
Yeah, man. You know, you work with so many artists, you know, some of them from the beginning of their career, some kind of like, you know, already established, you know. As far as the beginning, you know, seeing people like Mario, Destiny's Child, what kind of goes through your mind to see how they still stay consistent now throughout the years?
Well, being in the business, you know, if you got one good record, if you smart, you can work that thing. You know what I mean? I love Beyonce because she don't never see the ceiling. She don't never see that this is only as far as I can go. That's one thing I love about her. Like she'll come out with a reggaeton album if you let her. Like, you know what I mean? If she think about it, she don't have it. Ain't no. I don't think I should do that. She's like, all right, like she did the country record, and she did it her way. You know what I mean? Next year, gonna probably do a gospel album in a minute. You never know with her.
Yeah, anything's possible though, you know what I'm saying? You know, because I think as an artist, you do one thing for so long, you love what you do, and you get kind of burnt out. Like, let me try something different, you know what I'm saying, and see how it works. You know, all you can do is make you, man. Like, if the wheel don't broke, don't try to fix it. Your last project you did, 2025, called Airport Again. How did you come with that title?
Because I have this thing. Whenever I put a picture up, I'm traveling almost every week. So whenever I put up a picture, I put, guess who's in the airport again? So it caught on to like I would literally run into people all over the country and they'd be like, guess who's in the airport again when they see me? And I just end up sitting down writing the song. Guess who's in the airport again? So
Oh well, yeah. I love the cover of it, man, because it looks like a straight movie, you know what I'm saying?
thanks,
Stuff. Yeah, like a man on a mission, man. I thought that was pretty dope, you know what I'm saying? Be credited like that.
Thanks, bro.
Now, like, who was we running to? Okay, now, correct me on this one. You was featured on, was it Chain Breaker 2.5?
Oh, yeah, with Dietrich Hatton?
Yeah. So how did that, big shouts to him, you know, how that record come about?
Well, I was on the original Chain Breaker.
Okay.
That's 2.5. I was on the original. The song that I'm on is Fire, the remix for the 2.5, but I was on the original version of Fire, which is playing talk box on that song, like Roger Troutman. So when he got ready to do the Chain Breaker 2.5, he just called us like, yo, I need you on this record. He sent it to me, and that was it.
Right. Man, for the very beginning of 2012, you put out a joint called Grandma featuring Mr. Banks. Yeah, so man, like 14 years ago, man, you know, what was your mindset at that time, you know, put that single out?
That was the project that Dave called me and told me to do. So I wrote so many songs during that time for that project because I ended up putting like 19 of them on the project. But Ground Ball, I got that song, just the whole concept from Lil Wayne. I think he said, I pissed the ground off or something, scoop your girl up like a ground ball. Somebody said that trigger, like, I'm gonna write a whole song based on that one phrase. And I just wrote the song, like, so.
2014, you put out Your Best. Yeah, I like that record right there. Matter of fact, I remember I went on YouTube. I said, man, that joint's fire, man. So how did that, no problem, man. How did that come together?
Well, it's just I like to write what I think about. I try not to be too catchy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't like to be gimmicky. So, but Your Best is simply, I think a lot of times we ask people to be more than they have the capacity to be. You know what I mean? And just being realistic, it's like, give me your best. If you give me your best, a lot of things we deal with, we won't deal with. but because most people don't try their best, you know what I mean? Well, that's why we run into it. Not saying I don't want you to be perfect. I don't want you to be nothing, because the first line is expectation bring frustrations. And that's one of the truest things I've ever learned in my life. Expecting my woman to be what I want her to be instead of trying to learn who she is and seeing if I can even love the person she is. You know, that'll benefit me more than trying to make her be who I want her to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
2020, the single Racist Cops. We already know what we're there. You heard this, like we had COVID, you know, Breonna Taylor from our hometown, Louisville, Kentucky, RIP to the Queen, you know, as well as George Floyd from Minneapolis and so many others, man. I mean, what fueled the fire to be like, you know, man, I got to record, man. I got to record something, man.
I was pissed off, bro. That's why that song is so different from any other song you heard from me. I said I'm gonna do this without no holds barred. I'm not censoring nothing. I'm not, you know, because my thing is why? At that time, I think what's my man got killed? Was it Alton Sterling got killed in front of that store?
Yeah,
That was him. That's what did it. When they was wrestling on the ground and the police just rolled over and just shot him in cold blood, like right there. I was like, oh no! I just went to the studio and just literally wrote whatever came to my mind, man.
Yeah, man, that was a crazy time, man. I tell you, man. I mean, it was a riot, man. I mean, everybody was turned up. Every downtown the city you could think of, what state you was in.
Yeah.
At that time, it was real. 4 years later, you put out Greatest Show. And man, that's another banger too. I like that. I would listen on YouTube as well.
Thank you, bro.
Like how that record formulated together.
Well, I wrote that for a female artist, and it didn't make the record. So I'm like, I'm like, man, this is a good song. So I just flipped it for me and ended up recording it. And the way it caught on, once I started working on my new project, Ron started getting interviews, and I'm like, okay, I need something for them to play. And I did that. I did that male version during COVID, and I just put out a CD. I mean, put some up on SoundCloud. And I said, hey, Ron, just send this out. Whenever you send out about interviews, send this out. But it caught on, and everybody started liking the record. So I had to go back in the studio, because what I sent him wasn't mixed. It wasn't nothing. So I went back in the studio, sung a few different things, and then mixed it, and then put it out. So that's how that came about.
Wow. You being a producer and a writer, what motivates you to create songs besides yourself, you know, and to write for others?
Life will be the easiest answer to give you. Like, because I think everything is a song. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could be driving down the street and see this dude with his hand in this woman's face and be like, man, they toxic as I don't know what. And so that becomes a song. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or just trying to talk to your girl and she won't hear you. That become a song. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everything, I think everything is a song if you step back and watch the movie as it's happening sometime. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, absolutely. Good stuff, man. Yeah, to listen to, you know, the joints, you know, the production, man. I said, man, Marcus, man, he's the real deal. I said, man, like if I was an artist, say, hey, Ron, so, man, look, listen, you know, what's the budget? I'm gonna do what I can to pay the brother, you know, and go from there.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
It's no problem, man. Man, before I get off here, man, just want to say thank you for taking the time. I know you're busy, man. Big shout out to Ron, you know, and V for, you know, get this interview, you know what I'm saying, together. And hopefully, you know, whenever you get free time, you can come back and, you know, talk about the project, break down the songs and the backstories behind it, man. And looking forward to that stuff. Now you got something coming up with Q right now after this interview?
Literally, I'm talking about as soon as I hit this end, I gotta go grab the iron my clothes, run downstairs, and do this show. And then we record for Kelly Clarkson Wednesday. It's gonna be a long weekend for us. So
yeah, big shout out to Kelly Clarkson and stuff like that, man. You know, looking forward, man, to, you know, see, you know, we got cooking up and everything. Man, so with that being said, brother, you know, you're always welcome to come back, man, and looking forward.
I'll be back, bro.
All right. With that being said, we are out of here.
Thank you, bro.
You got it.